Hey guys, it's Maymay, and I know it's that time of year. It's the time of year when you're busy, there are a lot of functions, and you need quick gifts. Well, today I'm going to show you 4 cash holder gift card ideas that you can make as you run out the door. Really simple. I tried to make it that easy. So let's get started. This first guy is so simple, and he may be too simple, but he's going to be the one that you make probably the fastest. So let's start with him. This one is a piece of cardstock that is 8.5 inches wide by 6.5 inches tall. Also, don't worry about measures. We're going to have it for you in the description, so you'll be able to get to these all the time. I'm going to score this on the 8.5 inch side at 3 inches and at 6 inches. That's the bulk of the work right there. Now we're going to go to our trimmer, and we are going to run our trimmer from our 3-inch score mark to the bottom right hand edge of the page. So you see this, we have our 3-inch score there, and then our right hand corner at the bottom, and we're just going to slice. Sink your blade and go up and down for nice sharp corners. Now this is useful. You can use this, you can turn this back like this and create another little pocket that you could use maybe in a mini album or as a tag, something like that. So hang on to that. But this guy is going to be our cash holder. Now you'll notice I used a double-sided cardstock. All you have to do is decide which side you want to be the front. If you want the butterflies to be the front, you're going to fold everything to the back, like so, including that little guy. He gets wrapped around. And if you want the stripes to be the front, it just means that your angle will go to the other side. So honestly, this is one of those kind of projects that you can make up so quick and just keep in your home for when you need it. I think I want mine to look like this. I really like those stripes. I think they're really cute. And I'm going to score that down. Now we need to apply adhesive to 2 places. So easy. Ready? We're going to put some adhesive along this bottom here. And guess what? You're going to get to use sticky tape. So got my acrylic block to cut with. This is my sticky tape. I'm not using a very wide sticky tape, just a 1/4 inch one. And here's the thing, you're going to hear this throughout the whole video today. I normally do not suggest sticky tape for pockets, but we're going to use it to our advantage, and I'll talk about that when we get there. Now the other place we're going to apply glue is to this little flap here. Now I want to show you this really quick. You can decide if you want to close this little guy all the way down, so glue this whole section, or if you want to leave this as another pocket to tuck something else in. I think I'm going to close it all the way down. I don't really need it. So I'm going to grab my pokey tool, peel this protector piece off of my sticky tape. I'm going to roll this guy over and glue the bottom down. You also, by the way, if you wanted to, could turn this back and make a pocket this way, which is super cute. You just need to seal this side up, which would be adorable, and I'm tempted to do it, but I'm not. I'm going to show you my original way first. And then we're going to take some glue back here, apply glue to this section, and just fold that over. Remember, here's what I want you to remember. This is just a money gift card holder, okay? So more than likely, it's not going to be something somebody saves for very long, but it's fun while they've got it. Now, remember how I said running out the door, we need to decorate it, we need it to make sense? Here's what I did. I went into a paper pack. This is the, let me see what the name of this pack is. I'll show you all the packs I used today so you'll know. This is Butterfly Kisses, and this is the Chit Chat to go with it, okay? So, Chit Chat had Happy Birthday, and then it also had Sweetie, which I think would be cute tucked under there, and it had this little frog. Why not? What if that was part of the theme, or maybe your person you're giving this to is a frog fan? So I'm going to glue this down like this. Do you see how easy this is? Literally, somebody could say, oh no, we forgot somebody's birthday party is today. Or you could have a child come home that got, invited a while ago but forgot to tell you, because that happens, and you have to run out the door. You could go, give me 3 minutes. I'm going to make a little gift card holder, throw some money in it, which is the gift that fits everybody, and you can head out the door. Happy birthday, sweetie. Not exactly how I was going to lay it out, but it's pretty close. Then let's put money in it and see what it looks like. So here's our 20. We can slide that down inside. Now, you remember how I told you that I wanted you to use the sticky tape this time where we normally would not put sticky tape on a pocket? because it catches what's inside. But that's kind of a bonus here. It'll keep your 20 from falling out, or your money, I should say, from falling out, because it's kind of caught in the little adhesive on the bottom. Hey, super quick and easy, and you're headed out the door. Let's go to number 2. For our second cash gift card holder, we need a piece that is 7 by 7. Now, I want you to pay attention to this little thing here, okay? I'm using decorator paper, again, because I want both sides to do the work for me, okay? This one has a pattern that needs to be orientated correctly, right? For this project, we're going to run our score lines across the page, okay? So you want to make sure you do them in the right place. So what I'm going to do is turn my pattern to the left, okay? And I'm going to score this at 2.5 and at 5.5. You guys, do not blink how fast this one goes together. Let's fold this piece up and crease. And then let's fold this piece down and crease. And you see how they don't wrap over each other, or they don't line up exactly. They wrap over each other and give us that little bit of difference. I think that's cute. I think that adds a little dimension. All right, now on the inside, let's apply tape. Again, I'm going to let you use sticky tape here because it's going to help to hold that money inside. So we're only going to put tape on this little 1.5 inch section right down here at the bottom on either end. That sounded like a domino, didn't it, falling on the table? All right, and now this side here. That's it right there. We're going to peel this away, peel and reveal. Peel and reveal. And then fold this up. I'm going to press from the outside, from the middle to the outside, and that'll help it be a little flatter. It's not super flat. Then you can decide how you want to decorate. This was in the paper pack, and I thought it'd be cute to put best wishes on your wedding day here. Super simple. All I did was cut it from the pack. Right, I'm going to place this a little bit close to the top so it doesn't hang out the bottom. Ask me how I know. All right, so then it's hidden underneath. But listen, if you're not in a hurry, this is super cute to make and take your time. Make this in a solid color. Make some mats to go on top, mats on the front. Let me show you what I'm going to put here. I told you guys I would show you all the papers I'm using. This one is scraps from the pack called Maymay. It's some that I had left over. We do have this pack in store, and it's beautiful, but this is scraps that I'm using. So here's what I've got. I've got a cut apart that's super cute, and I've got a strip of cardstock. Now let's put our money inside. This goes in here just like this, okay? This closes over, and we're gonna make a belly band. So I'm just gonna lay this on here like so. I'm going to wrap, I don't want that to hang over too much. Let me do it this way. I'm going to wrap this side around. And then I'll wrap this one over. As long as they overlap, I can slice this edge off. Now let me show you something. Here's a trick. If this bothers you because it's not perfectly straight, just tuck it under and let the clean line from the edge of the paper be the piece you see there. All right, and then apply a little glue. Close this down. Let's apply glue to the middle of this guy. This is a cut apart, one of the small ones from the page. And look, we'll put wedding day, get that nice and straight a little bit. So for your sentiment, I would write it on the inside. Put yourself a little piece of white cardstock in there, maybe make a note from some stationery or something you have at the house and tuck it with the money. And this is what you can take and present and have it ready in minutes. Isn't that cool? All right, number 3. Now, I want to encourage you to stick around for number 4 because it's my favorite and it holds a lot of cash. All right, for this guy, he's a little bit different, and I normally would probably do him in a different way, except I want you to be able to present this gift like this, and I really kind of like the way it ends up, and we'll talk about that in a second. So we're going to create a cash wallet. So this next holder starts with an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. Now you can see I cut mine out of 12 by 12 because I wanted pattern on both sides, okay? We're really only going to see the pattern on one side, but this is going to work. Now here's how we're going to score it. We're going to start, let me say this, Kirsty, you got to pay attention to something, okay? This one has a corner as well. This one has like a bottom corner, and this is where I want mine to be. This will be the front of the project when it's done. So when you're lining yours up, pay attention to what you want to be the front, okay? So once you have that established, you're good. So because I know I want this to be the front, I'm going to score right here at 3 inches. Then I'm going to score at 6 inches. and then 9. This guy kind of just creates himself. Now, we're going to be folding him in the middle, but I'm not going to put a score line there because I want it to have a bulky look, and I'll show you that in a second. And I know the score marks are hard for you guys to see. It's probably better on that side. So we're going to start with that first one we did, which is the 3-inch side, and I want to fold it down and crease. We're just going to accordion fold this, okay? I'm going to flip it over, fold my next 3-inch line down and crease. Then we're going to fold this guy up, and he won't go all the way to the top, which is also cool because we're using both sides of our cardstock. This is our front, okay? This is the inside. Now what we're going to do is apply some adhesive, and you guessed it, it's going to be sticky tape. And here's where we're going to do it. I'm going to open this guy up, and I'm going to run a piece down. Matter of fact, I think I'll use some thicker tape here just because we can. We've got more space. I'm going to run this guy down just like this along this bottom. Then I want to do this shorter flap that folds up like this. I just want to glue sides of it, okay? And I am going to use my thinner tape for that because I want to leave room to put things in some pockets that it's going to create for us. So 1/4 inch tape just on the little short flap here. We can go ahead and fold that up and close it because that's just a pocket that we're creating. So I'm going to fold that up. And I'm going to press from the center out on both sides, get that folded down. We can go ahead, open this up and close it. Again, if I were doing this without a hurry, remember my parameters today is that I'm in a hurry to get out the door, I would do this one differently. Then we're going to open it up to this inside section and apply tape here. And I'm going to apply my wider tape here because I have room, and I'm only going to go halfway on the inside here. So just closing this pocket, that's what this is going to be. Oops, didn't quite get it. There we go. Now peel and reveal these stickies and close this guy up. Have you guessed what we're doing? It's a wallet. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fold this in half. It's a little difficult to do, but I kind of like the kind of bulk that it gives. So just kind of start working this middle like this and then bend it over like so, and press into that center. The reason I like that kind of bulkiness is because it reminds me of my dad's wallet. I don't know if your dad's wallet was like this, but my dad's wallet was so full it wouldn't stay closed. It just puffed in his pocket. I did get this on the wrong side, so pay attention to that. Mine's wrong, but it'll be fine because I'm going to add some little embellishments. Now, when you open this up, let me show you what we can do. Look, I even like the wrinkle. It just feels like a wallet. So let me show you this. So these pockets can hold gift cards, just like so. And then in here, it can hold cash. Isn't that cute? Let's put another little piece of cash in here, just like this. What a cute way to give a gift. And it feels just like a wallet, and it's bulky and thick, right? You also could add your sentiments inside here if you want to do little pieces to put in there. I'm going to put some cutesies on the front. Now look, he's bulky, y'all. He means business. This little guy right here says, "World's Best Dad." I think that's a cute little thing for a wallet. Then I'm going to add this little Jeep ephemera right here just because I think that's cute, especially if your dad is a Jeep fan. And I told you I'd show you what paper I was using. Let me show you. This one comes from Rust and Revs 2.0, and I used one sheet of paper as well as ephemera for this one. So just a little bit of the cut aparts. And there it is, our bulky, puffy wallet that has gift cards and also cash inside. I think that's cute. I think a dad would love it. It doesn't stay super closed, but again, like I said, my dad's wallet didn't either, and I thought that was kind of cute. It was just reminding me of him. And can you imagine like distressing the edges if you had time? Super cute. All right, that's number 3. Now my favorite, number 4. All right, this one starts with 2 pieces of cardstock. Let's start with the smaller one. Okay, so this one starts with a 6.5 by 9.5 inch piece of cardstock. And what we're going to do is we're going to score 1/2 inch to start right down here on this end. Then we're going to score at 3.5 and at 6.5. Now this guy has a wow factor. It's going to be big and it's going to really show off that cash. You're going to like it, I think. All right, for this one, we're only going to score it at 3, 6, and 9. Again, double-sided cardstock. I did choose this one because it doesn't really matter for this one if the pages are the same on the front and the back. I just thought this was kind of cute, and it's really going to show off the cash. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do, you see this little piece right here, that little 1/2-inch piece? We're going to extend this page by gluing that together. We really want a piece that's 21 inches. So to get it, I had to do a little bit of fancy footwork. So I'm going to glue this down using that little 1/2-inch strip. Put these guys together. You don't want to cover your score mark. You want to go right to your score mark so that it'll fold nice and square. And once you get it in place, it's a good idea to pick it up and just sort of tap it down so you know that it's pretty straight. It's a little crooked right there. All right, so now I've made this big long piece, right? Okay, before we go to folding, I want to lay this like this so it'll make sense. The other thing you're going to need are some 1-inch by 6.5-inch strips of cardstock. Okay, and what we're going to do with those, I'm going to set this aside for a second. We are going to first decide which side we want up, and I think I want the little check up. So I'll turn these over so that the big check is looking at me. And we're going to run some sticky tape along these. Again, we're using the sticky tape to our advantage here, okay? So I'm going to run this down across the bottom of our strips, all the way across, as close to the bottom as we can get them. And I'm going to do that on all 5 of these. Now, just really quick, I'm going to peel and reveal every one of these. This one you do have to spend a little more time on, but honestly, you could make this right before you walk out the door. There's nothing fancy here. This is just using cardstock to your advantage. Now, what we want to do, we want to skip the top piece. We're not going to put anything on the top just yet. We're going to come to this second section, and I want to take this piece that we've applied sticky tape to the bottom, and I want to glue it right above the score mark. Close to the score mark, but not crossing over. It's going to go just like that. So it's only glued at the bottom and it's open at the top. And we're going to do that all the way down, leaving the last one without as well. So I'm going to turn it sideways so you can see. I didn't put any strip on the top, and I didn't put a strip on the very last one. Okay, so we're going to accordion fold. You want to fold the front one back. You want to make sure that one starts going back, and then everything else gets folded accordion style. So you're just making a big old accordion style fan situation. And you just want to make sure that the top one starts out folded backwards. Okay, so it'll do like this. So you see that? That's how you want it. Now then, let's put some cash in it. Let me show you how this one works. This one, you put the money in like so, and you just press it down into that sticky tape so that it clears the fold. So there's one. Now this is obviously a lot of cash area, okay? You don't have to do 20s. You can do whatever's appropriate. I remember when I was a kid for Christmas one time, Santa brought me a lifesaver box filled with dollar bills, and I thought I was rich. So if you have a youngster, dollar bills make them very, very happy. And to get 5 in one envelope like this would be really cute. Okay, so that is how I've placed the money in. And so whenever you accordion fold it, that all goes inside. Now, what do? We decorate the front, and we put our sentiment here, okay? Let me show you my plan for decorating it. So I thought this would be a cute graduation gift, right? Perfect in time for May. I went to my stamp set that is called Smart Cookie, and I made these little guys. I did a little cookie, and I stamped Your One Smart Cookie on here. And I got a wide piece to be the belly band. I thought this would be cute going across the top. So I'm going to do it just like I do all other belly bands. I'm going to line this up about here, and I'm going to loosely wrap this around. I don't want it super tight, okay? So I'm going to loosely wrap that around, and then I'm going to turn this one up just like we did before. Nothing fancy, nothing hard. Line those up and then cut away the excess. And again, I'm not worried about what that looks like because I'm going to tuck it under anyway to the clean cut side, which is there, and then we'll glue these down. Now also, if you don't want this seam to show in the back, I didn't even do this on the other one, but if you don't want your seam to show, just fold it where your seam is on the front and put your cutes on top of it, if that makes sense. Put your little imagery on top. It doesn't really bother me, but if you don't want that in the back, just flip it to the front. Now I need to make sure this is the front, and it is, because you can see this is the top piece there. And now I'm going to put my little Your One Smart Cookie on here. which I think is really cute. I don't know exactly how I wanted to lay this out. I couldn't decide how much overlap I wanted. I kind of like his little face. I think I'll go to this side. Oh, that's much better. See how that lays out? That'll be cute. So let's glue down our little cookie. I'm gonna let him hang off a bit up there at the top. Put this one down. This one reminds me of like cash from the bank. You know how they wrap up cash at the bank? It kind of reminds me of that. This one down here. And that is our little cash gift for someone if you need to give more than usual. But I want to show you something, okay? Maybe you like this idea, but you don't want to give 5 bills of any kind or of some sort. Just do this. Just edit by 3-inch sections. So if you only want to give 2 bills, you're going to do 3 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches. Now, because of the size of cardstock, you'll have to add them together at some point, and you want to make sure you leave yourself that 1/2-inch piece to glue them together. But you can edit this down to whatever size you want. If you wanted only 4, you could do just 4. I just thought I'd do 5 in case you wanted to give $100 worth of cash. So you stick this guy back in here. Make sure you get all the layers in, which I didn't just then. Belly bands are always so fun to get on, aren't they? There we go. All right, and there is number 4. I love this. I think it turned out really cute. And again, simple. If you have time, you can really dress that one up and do all kinds of things with it. Let's bring them back over. Here's our first one. Notice there's no cash in them because I had to harvest it to put it into this guy. This one. And then our wallet, which is so super cute. All right, you guys, I'm going to have all the measurements for you, some templates for you to make these super easy so you can print it out and have it for the next time you need a gift in a hurry. I hope you enjoyed these. Now, listen, if you did, before you go away from the channel, I've made a lot of gift cards over the years, so we're going to link a playlist for you with gift cards on it and ideas for you to be able to give gifts to somebody in a hurry and some that might take a little bit longer. I appreciate you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and if you enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up. Until next time, guys. Bye now.